it's about noon and just tried flying the drone, but it's a little windy, so the footage isn't all that great. But I'm gonna go down there from where I came. I'm gonna take a walk and see if I can't find a better spot with maybe a little break from the wind, as well as a view down into the valley down there. So it is a great day. Probably only got down into the upper 40s, maybe mid 40s last night. Not bad at all. Very quiet, lots of stars in the sky, and just a really cool night. But definitely staying up here one way or the other. I'm not going anywhere today. But let's take a walk down there. So right over there, I realized that not only are there switchbacks, but a couple of the lookout points are actually in that area. And I know you can see over here, and people are probably saying, oh look, there's a vehicle over there. I know I would if I was over there, and then I'd be thinking, how can I get to it? But it's pretty cool to be on the other side. It's kind of hard to miss that in the landscape against that really nice blue sky. So I'm already around the other side, and there's that hairpin turn. That was a bit loose. Didn't have to back up or anything, but it was the worst out of all of them. They weren't really that bad. But I looked at the 3 spots and not real happy with any of them. It is a nice view, but the juice just isn't worth the squeeze. The rocks are huge, and to have to position myself around them after I get over them and then level it out, it's just not worth it. And for that reason, I'm just going to stay where I'm at. I was kind of hoping for a really nice view on the edge, and no matter where I parked, I'd be pretty far back from the edge, and the view wouldn't be all that great. And this is what I'm talking about here. So that was the second option that I had. Like I said, I could get up there, but it's just, the view would just be okay out of the Jeep. So I'm just gonna take a walk up to the other side and see what's over there. And me being out of shape, which is gonna kill me when I start my job, and the high altitude, man, I'm puffing like crazy. And I'm gonna take that walk anyway and just enjoy the day. It is really gorgeous. It is chilly with the wind chill, but it is really pretty. I think they're expecting rain tomorrow and the day after. I might even get some before I wake up. But heading down, it shouldn't be that much of a problem. It's a lot of rocks, so I'm not too worried about it. Nowhere I'm gonna get stuck in mud. Just have to watch rocks as they get slippery, but I'll be fine. Going up, so I'm gonna keep following it for a while longer. Hopefully I can get a little bit better views too. So this road, well, what used to be a road, goes all the way to the top up there. I'm pretty sure you can go around and end up at the lake down below, which I'll show in a minute. But I'm at one of the high points. I'm good here. I don't need to go much further because I don't really think the views are going to be all that great from up there, to be honest, because I see more plateau area in the distance, which means you can't see down into the valley from up there probably. But it's cool that there's still snow up here in September. It's been through the summer, and I'm sure it's less and less most years, but it does remain kind of cool up in this area. And I think I'm going to have to put how many feet I am right now, but I'm definitely above 10,000 feet, I think. Apparently somebody else likes it up here too. Man, that's cool. There are the two lakes that I filmed earlier. You can hear water running somewhere around here. Sounds like it's coming from down there. There's another road. What a cool area. I don't think I'm gonna, well, I'm not too far from that. I think I'll walk to that ledge too. But the rock formation's really cool here. There's the road I came in on. This is about as far as I'm going to go. Pretty neat. I think you get just as nice views actually on the drive up as you do from all the way up here. And at the highest point I was at like 10,150 feet when I was walking, when I was up in that area. This whole area is covered in quartz. Really neat to see all the white stick out with all this brown around it. A pretty good view of the trail from this location, so you can see where it turns, and then all the switchbacks start on this side of the mountain. Then over there is the Beartooth Pass. That's a really cool shot. Actually looks way better in person, but there sits the Jeep. Alright, since I'm not going anywhere today and it's only 1:30, might as well go ahead and do what I should do most of the time, which is set this thing up proper. So I'm going to get out my half shelter, get the table out, and have a little bit of space. Kind of just chill out, watch the view over that way. The wind's kind of blowing from where I'm at, so the half shelter will come in nice and make it a little bit warmer, since the sun is that way, and I'm going to be in the shade here pretty much the rest of the day out of the back hatch. So let's go ahead and get that set up. I've got my half shelter set up, and this time I'm actually using the bungee cords from up top to hold that section over the top of the tailgate back, since it is windy, since there are loops up there for that purpose. And it took me a while to set up the table because of such unlevel ground, but it's nice to have this window so that I could look out there, but I'm going to need to close that when I make something to eat, because it does allow a lot of the wind in and it's going to affect the burner. So anyway, it's working out decent even though it's windy. I've got just some large rocks holding it in place. I couldn't use stakes just because it's such rocky ground I didn't want to even bother. But One other thing too is I could move those boxes out of the way if I wanted to, but they're pushed back far enough for the purpose that this is going to serve, which is to just have space to make dinner and chill out here. Might even set up my camp chair and just sit out here and enjoy this while it's still reasonably, I wouldn't say warm, but not real cold. But the sun going behind the clouds, it has definitely dropped a few degrees in temperature. But I would love to leave this actually open tonight, but I am in grizzly territory yet. I don't think they're quite in hibernation, and I don't need to become a midnight snack. So for that reason, I'm gonna have to put this away, but it's only about 2 o'clock, so be able to enjoy this for at least a little while.